Attorney Gloria Ramos, Vice President of Oceana, Philippines, fellow advocates for climate action, distinguished guests, good morning. Thank you for inviting me to participate in this online forum. I appreciate the Oceana, Philippines efforts at raising public awareness about climate change and its consequences. As you may know, the Philippines has among the smallest carbon footprints in the world. We account for only 0.3% of global carbon emissions. But as an archipelago sitting at the juncture of the Pacific Ring of Fire and the Typhoon Belt, we are among the countries most vulnerable to rising sea levels and extreme weather events. The conversation about climate change is very real to us. Each year, we see the increased severity and frequency of typhoons entering the country. Our vulnerability emphasizes the urgent need to adapt to the changing climate conditions. As chairperson designate of the Climate Change Commission, I will aggressively advocate for the protection of our environment. I will strive to make our citizens aware that as individuals, all of us play an indispensable role in this battle against the climate crisis. Behavioral change as one of the solutions to the climate emergency must first come from within ourselves and in our homes. I will also ensure that the Climate Change Commission will be at the forefront of the global movement seeking climate justice from the international community. President Rodrigo Duterte has already led the way. We in government must stand firmly behind the President in this fight. I am determined to push forward two measures that would spur greater action among our people in this battle against climate change. First, I will make sure that we strictly attend to our commitments under the Philippines NDC, or Nationally Determined Contributions to the Paris Agreement. Last week, the Philippines successfully submitted its first and ambitious NDC to the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. We have set a target of 75% greenhouse gas emission reduction and avoidance by 2030. The commitment means that we will aspire to substantially cut or avoid our use of coal, oil, and gasoline and other carbon dioxide emitting products by 2030 as our contribution to the global effort of stabilizing the Earth's temperature. This ambitious commitment represents the Philippines' goal of modernizing and pursuing low carbon and resilient development for agriculture, waste, industry, transportation, and the energy sectors over the next 10 years. We aim to meet this goal with the support of climate finance, new technologies, and capacity building from our development partners. The formulation of the Philippines' first NDC followed a rigorous process. It included economic modeling analysis, expert reviews and consultations with various stakeholders from the public and private and civil society sectors. I thank all organizations, including Oceana Philippines, for their valuable inputs and support for the government's vision of an NDC that is ambitious but practical and doable. Through our NDC, we hope to challenge other countries to act with determination and cohesion to reverse this greatest challenge facing the Earth today. As I have said on many occasions, I am determined to set the Philippines as an example for all nations in setting the standards for mitigating the impact of climate change. I want us to be a world leader in this area through our ambition. Second, I am very eager to push for the passage of a law that would ban single-use plastics. This comprehensive legislation will enable better management of our solid waste and reduce both air and ocean pollution. I am aware that banning single-use plastics will not solve all our problems, but it is a major step to encourage every Filipino to do his or her part on a daily basis in helping save the world's environment. We hope that you can help us push forward this important piece of legislation in Congress. Through citizens groups and networks such as the Oceana Philippines, I hope to reach the greatest number of Filipinos with a clear message that climate change is a threat to our livelihoods and our economy. I am sure that this meeting will convey that message and will determine courses of action to translate these into actual mitigation. We have only one planet. All of us must act decisively today in order to save it. Thank you.